Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be finding out what happens and can you loot Leviticus Cornwall in Red Dead Redemption 2. So there's a lot said about Leviticus Cornwall throughout the game, but you actually only meet him on a couple of occasions. And ever since we had the opportunity to loot Andrew Milton, or Agent Milton as you probably know him, a lot of you guys wanted to know, could you loot Leviticus Cornwall? Would he have anything valuable on him? Would we find any sort of secretive documents? Because there are like a lot of things that you can grab from his train cart in the first chapter of the game, and that reveals some really cool stuff. Obviously, we got to loot Agent Milton, but unfortunately didn't lead to finding anything super unique. So I started thinking about all the times you actually meet Leviticus Cornwall in Red Dead Redemption 2. The first time actually happens in a mission in Chapter 2, and that mission is the sheep and the goats. And in case you guys don't remember or you haven't gotten that far, this is what happens in that mission.
Vanderland! Get out here! Get out
What
here
the
now!
hell?
Vanderland! You don't know me, but you keep robbing me! My name is Leviticus Cornwall. I am not a man to be messed with by the likes of you! Get out here before I have these men killed!
What do you think?
Get out here,
Well,
you depraved piece of trash!
You start spinning the yarn. When I think the moment's right, I'll make a
I
move.
got where I am by letting
Why
scum
not?
like you rob from me? Vandalin, you're done! Now get out here now! Deal with this nonsense.
Please, gentlemen, this is a terrible mistake. This is a case of mistaken identity. What is worse than admonishing a man for the sins of another who wants to be the Messiah? Not me, nor do I want to be this.
Okay, so as you guys saw there, before Dutch and Arthur leave the saloon, Leviticus Cornwall takes off. So you don't even see him in that firefight. He basically just tells his guards and goons to basically deal with the entire situation. So there's no chance to loot him there. He runs away super quickly. Now, aside from that mission right there, the only other time he's mentioned before Chapter 6 is in a mission called the Gilded Cage. This is the party that you go to at Mayor Lemieux's house. He's only briefly mentioned there. But then we get the opportunity to actually meet Leviticus Cornwall again in a mission in Chapter 6 called It's Just a Social Call. And this is when we get the opportunity to potentially loot him. And it all happens when Dutch decides to, sort of out of nowhere, confront Leviticus Cornwall after he's getting off of his yacht or his boat. And this is what occurs.
I want to thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Cornwall.
This was a business meeting, Mr. Milton. We are not friends. I have spent a considerable fortune with your agency, and still nothing. This Vanderland robs me and laughs at me. I asked for the best. I paid for the best.
We are very close, Mr. Cornwall. I know you've heard this before.
Chance, sir, send a telegram to Goldberg in New York. Tell him I won't borrow it more than 3.2%. Sorry, no, I have heard it before. And get that army man to pay his portage charge.
Yes, sir.
We are doing all we can within the confines of the law.
The law? I think we both know what you can do with your law. Find me Dutch Vanderland. Bring him here. And leave the laws to them as need them. Good day, sir.
Come along, Mr. Ross. We have work to do.
Mr. Didsbury. Mr. Cornwall.
Now listen up, Didsbury. What's all this about strikes? I bought into this mine because of mismanagement. and I intend to make it a success no matter what the cost.
It's the wages. Folk feel that you...
Feel? Business doesn't give two figs about feelings, sir, not two figs. It's a nonsense that will bring a plague on both our houses, sir.
Perhaps there is a plague on your house already, Mr. Cornwall.
What do you want, sir?
I'm not quite sure just yet.
Your impudence will be your undoing, sir.
I'm undone already. Even my best friend here, he thinks I'm crazy. And like this poor fellow you are talking to, my feelings are hurt.
You robbed me, sir.
And you robbed him. Funny world.
You show a criminal's grasp of sophistry, sir. I did no such thing.
You kill. I kill. You rob. I rob. Only difference I can see is I choose whom I kill and rob, and you destroy everything in your path.
I've heard just about enough.
I'll tell you what. You give me this ship, $10,000, and safe passage out of here, I'll let you live.
I'll do no such thing.
You sure? Good. I prefer it this way.
You've lost your mind!
Noise, Arthur! Noise!
Okay, so as you guys saw there, Leviticus Cornwall's body fell into the water. So unlike Agent Milton, we don't really get to see him. Now, I even tried to go into the water to see if you could pick up his body, bring it back to land. Maybe Leviticus Cornwall is just not buoyant. He doesn't float. Or maybe his pockets were so filled with gold and extravagant objects that he literally just sank. Because you cannot find his body at all. I guess it just sinks to the bottom of the oily waters in the Annesburg harbor. So unfortunately, and I tried everything, that means there is no way to loot Leviticus Cornwall's body. But I did not want to stop there because on this mission, I had never done experiments like this before. What I wanted to do was actually go on his boat to see if we could get on the inside where Agent Milton and Agent Ross actually come from too. And I even tried the pistol and lantern glitch, but I wasn't able to successfully get through the door. I thought I was doing everything correctly, and I could like sort of glitch through it, but I wasn't able to like fully get on the inside. So there is an interior in there, and I'm not sure if anything secretive is on the inside of his boat. But if it's anything like his train cabin that you rob at the beginning of the game, I'm sure there could or potentially have been something useful or interesting on there. Now, if you guys are wondering what happens during the mission if you decide to do this, well, it's basically just Dutch fighting like Pinkertons and guards all on his own. And eventually what will happen is Dutch will end up getting shot by the Pinkertons, which would have been a fitting way for him to die because this confrontation he had with Leviticus Cornwall, not only was it completely unnecessary, but it also probably did more harm than anything because this probably just accelerated the efforts by the Pinkertons in order to try and capture the gang. And even though Leviticus Cornwall dies, a newspaper article written in the epilogue reveals that Cornwall kerosene and tar continues to flourish despite his death. So even though Dutch basically takes the head off of the snake, the body, which is kerosene and tar by Cornwall, still continues to live on. So it really didn't do anything killing Leviticus Cornwall. It was just a simple revenge mission that Dutch ultimately went on, which I guess is just one of the underlying themes of the game, that revenge is not the thing you want and ultimately will lead to something bad happening, as we saw with the main characters and as we saw with Dutch killing Leviticus Cornwall here. So to me, it's a little bit unfortunate that A, we can't loot him because it would have been cool to either get, a unique pocket watch or an item or a telegram or something like that that just gave us a little bit more information, maybe on his backstory or life or what he was doing in Annesburg. And it is kind of a shame that Rockstar built this boat for him, this yacht, but we don't even get to access the interior. It kind of makes you think that it might be used for maybe it's something in Red Dead Online, or if they ever decide to do something with a single player DLC, maybe we'll see it used again. But that's all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. As always, if you'd like me to try other experiments like this, you can reach out to me in the comments down below. But what I recommend doing is messaging me on my Facebook page, which I'll have linked down there as well. You can send me videos and screenshots of secrets or mysteries you'd like me to explore, or experiments like this you want me to test out. And if it's interesting enough, I might do it in a future video. So let me know down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.